Yes, ma'am. Now you are visible.
Good morning.
Very good morning. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. Today, I, Sajjan Thakur, on behalf of Geetarthan International Business School, welcomes you all for Personality Development Workshop on Coping Stress and Self-Management. Geetarthan International Business School was established in the year 2004. GIPS is affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, Delhi, and is approved by All India Council for Technical Education, that is AICTE, Ministry of HRD, and Government of India for technical courses, and Bar Council of India for law courses. The institute is accredited as Category A by National Assessment and Accreditation Council (NAC) and assessed as Category A+ plus by State Fee Regulatory Committee, a fee committee of Government of NCT of Delhi, and rated highest grading A by Joint Inspection Committee of Government of NCT of Delhi and GGSIP University. The institute has been rated grade A by Academic Audit Self of GGSIP University consecutively from past 5 years. GIPS has also been rated number 2 by Times B School Survey 2021. The institute conducts postgraduate course of MBA, that is in first and second shift, MBA International Business, and undergraduate course of BBA first and second shift, BBA LLB and BA LLB. So the emphasis at GIPS is on the overall personality development of students in order for them to face challenges in their competitive professional lives with a value-based approach. Apart from offering quality education, the accentuation is on developing leadership qualities, risk-taking, and decision-making abilities from the start of their professional education. Following this ideology, the Institute holds personality development workshops regularly. This workshop on coping stress and self-management is a follow-up to the previously stated purpose. So these mechanisms are referred to as coping skills or coping strategies. Even while all coping techniques attempt to lessen or eliminate stress, some are ineffective or completely useless. Disruptive people have a harder problem adjusting to new situations. Despite the fact that this method is widely used to relieve anxiety, the end result is ineffectual and dysfunctional. Although many people use proactive coping technique to decrease or eliminate stress before it occurs, the term coping refers to dealing with stress that has already occurred. Students are overburdened with a variety of tasks, which I can totally relate, which may result in emotional outbursts, so they must learn to control their emotions and keep calm. India is brimming with youth, and a large proportion of them will soon enter the labor, resulting in a demographic dividend. This generation is digitally aware and up to date, but it also transfers its attention from one topic to the next rapidly. Because motivated and dedicated personnel are required in the workplace, the future generation must learn to self-driven and enthusiastic. With this intention in mind, the proposed workshop aims at the following objective. So the first one is to manage emotions and stress at workplace and otherwise in life. The second one is to master, reduce or manage stress and stresses that occur in daily life. And the third one is to inculcate in them the self-management skill to cope up with this stressful situation. In order to fulfill these objectives, we have our eminent speaker with us, Dr. Kalindi Bhat, ma'am. We welcome you, ma'am. Ma'am holds her PhD degree in Human Resource Development. Her doctoral research work on spiritual climate and its impact on team learning has received acceptance and different national forums held at Indian Institute of Technology, that is IIT Delhi, NHRD Bengaluru, postgraduate in business management, and has a postgraduate diploma in training and development, that is ISTD. She also has postgraduate diploma in personal counseling, seasoned certified executive coach, MBTI assessor, 6 seconds emotional intelligence, certified assessors program, designing and conducting assessment centers, lead assessor quality systems, Six Sigma Green Belt, and a certified hospitality educator. Dr. Kalindi Bhat ma'am, who is a certified hospitality trainer from American Hotel Motel Association. Dr. Kalindi ma'am is working with rural women and children since 1991 and has been successful in empowering women by making them self-sufficient. Dr. Kalindi Bhat ma'am is a Reiki master and an SSY meditator. She is an ex-vice president for Indian Society for Training and Development, Pune, and was also an executive board member of the Human Resource Development Network, Pune chapter. She has a work experience of over 30 years as a consultant, coach, and facilitator in India and abroad. Her work specialization includes senior leadership development, managerial development, coaching with MBTI and EI, train the trainer, personality development, interpersonal skills, team building, effective time management, customer centricity, system approach, and total quality management, that is TQM, communication skills, and emotional intelligence, etc. Ma'am has clients from various sectors like manufacturing, pharma, finance, telecommunications, ITES, hospitality, education, etc. And some of our major clients are Atlas Copco India Limited, Bayer Crop Science Limited, Bestseller Retail India Private Limited, Phenolics Industries Limited, Forbes Marshall, Force Motors Limited, Lean Automotive India Private Limited, Shayadri Hospitals Limited, Sudarshan Chemicals Industries Limited, etc. We all welcome you, ma'am. Now, without wasting any further time now, I request Dr. Kalindi Bhat, ma'am, to enlighten our students with your great experience and knowledge. So please, ma'am. Ma'am, you are on mute.
I said that was too long an introduction for me. I just want to tell the students that I love interact. My strength is I love to converse, to interact with students because I have been heading the Hotel Management Institute for last 35 years, and my passion is to converse, have conversations with students like you and learn also from you because it's not only one way, it's always that we've been learning from the youth. Okay, so can you see my screen, friends?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
It's visible, right? Okay, so yeah. So friends, the title for today's session is Stress and Self-Management. And the couple of objectives for which we need to achieve in next 60 minutes, they are become aware of dimensions of self for being effective. So, we are not aware of all the dimensions that we deal with, and therefore, before dealing with any aspect of self-management, we need to be first aware, be aware. And the second objective is identify key skills and attitudes required to deal with stress. Okay. I'll try my best, but my design for today's session was based also on small group activities. We'll see if Sneha madam can, break us out into breakout rooms. If it is possible, we'll do that. If it's not possible, we'll go ahead and see how best can we do justice to today's learning experience. I'm not saying a training or a lecture or a session because according to me they are conversations and we learn through conversations. Our session flow for today is going to be, this is what you see. We will look at the dimensions. We will have small group activities for stress management and finally see what are some of the ideas for us to apply. Because see, friends, learning is not a learning unless you apply what you learn. Okay. So see, basically, as per the title, when we say, self-management, stress will be a part of self-management. And when we manage anything, what are we really trying to do? What are we trying to do when we are managing something? You all are management students. Can you tell me when we say that we are managing a task or managing an activity, managing an event, managing, anything when you are saying managing, what is it that we are really doing? What are we managing? Anyone?
Ma'am, we are basically managing all the tasks which are like which are not grouped together. So we combinedly try to group together and do it in less time. So that is management.
Okay, very good, very well said. Anything else? Any other perspective, friends? Don't worry, you can't go wrong. What is according to you?
I believe we are trying to be effective and efficient.
Very nice. So, whenever you want to be effective and efficient, what are we trying to manage? We are trying to manage our resources which are available to us. And the resources could be, say for instance, for an organization, it could be, you've already learned it. It's about finance, information, people, machines, etc., etc., etc. But in spite of the resources, who manages it? Human beings manage it. And when we manage anything, even if we are managing cell, one very important aspect that makes it effective is the way we look at or the way we address or the way we approach or the lens that we wear while managing it. So I'm going to show you a few choices, people carry. These are the choices of the mindsets or the lenses that people wear while managing. And let's see, the choice is obviously ours as to, yeah, so one second. Just one second. Okay. So, yeah, so you see two pictures here. These are the different lenses that people wear, and I'm going to show you 4 lenses. So the first lens is of a prisoner. So what do you think it is suggesting? So there are some people, what they do, anything that you do, anything that they are doing, anything that they are managing, whatever, they are looking at that task, at whatever they are doing from the prisoner's point of view or the prisoner's lens. And what does that really mean? How would a prisoner address something? And if you are wearing a prisoner's lens, what does that really mean? How will you see a task? Anyone?
Ma'am, we would see the task as a pessimistic view.
Okay. And what else? Friends, please talk because otherwise it's no fun. Yeah, and there is nothing wrong here. These are your thoughts, and learn to capture your thoughts. That's very important because whenever we are conversing, you will get certain thoughts and just say them, no problem. Yeah, anyone. So how does a prisoner think? So say for instance, I'll give you an example. Some of the students may be looking at this lecture, or if they attend this lecture from the prisoner's mindset, how would they address, how would they approach this lecture? Tell me, or the session, or the learning experience. How would they look at it? Prison में जाते तो क्या क्या करते हैं लोग? क्या लगता है उनको? Are they happy?
They feel restricted.
Yeah, they feel restricted. Very nice. And then what?
They wait for the day when they'll be able to come out.
Exactly. And they are punished. So people who will be attending this class from the prisoner's mind of view बोलेंगे यार कहाँ लाके मारा हमको, क्या है ये पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट एटसेट्रा कराते रहते हैं हमारे कॉलेज के लोग. तो
they always think to run away.
Yes. That was a good one. So they would want to run away from even the best of the opportunities. So these guys, these type of guys, they, even if you give them the best of the best in the world, they look at it, yaar, main kyun? And they will look at it as a punishment. And when you are looking at anything as a punishment, what will be your contribution? Will you participate 100%? Perhaps no. Okay, as somebody said that you would want to actually avoid, chalo yaar nahi ye to saza hai. Okay, so the choice is yours, my dear friends. So whenever we are talking about managing anything, be it self, be it stress, be it anything, it's your choice if you want to look at it from prisoner's mindset. The second one is the vacationer's mindset. And what does that really mean? Any guesses? Any
They will
guesses?
try to live in the moment.
Okay, and वेकेशनर क्या करते हैं? वेकेशनर की जैसे कि अभी वापस यही लेक्चर की एग्जांपल ले लो. Somebody who is attending this lecture with the vacationer's mindset, क्या करेगा वो बंदा? What will he do? वेकेशन में क्या करते हैं हम लोग?
Definitely enjoy the moment.
Enjoy. Okay. What else?
They feel free and make the
Relax.
special memories.
Okay. Yes. What else? ये लेक्चर की तरफ कोई वेकेशनर की तरफ कोई अगर देख रहा है तो कैसे देखेगा? या कोई भी काम की तरफ, इफ इट इज वेकेशनर्स माइंडसेट. वेकेशन में अपने को शेड्यूल रहता है क्या? टारगेट्स रहते हैं क्या? कुछ
Ma'am, they will try to grasp more.
Okay. Okay. Here the vacationers.
And
Yeah.
relax.
Yes.
Comfort zone.
Comfort. Yes. People, they are very casual. कभी भी खाओ, कभी भी उठो, कभी भी कुछ भी करो. वेकेशन में क्या करते हैं हम लोग? कुछ ऐसे डिसाइड करके करते हैं क्या? Yeah, comfort zone, right? So you are very, very casual about whatever you are doing. You are not taking it seriously. And therefore, again, if you want to look at your career casually, your choice. If you want to look at your work casually, चलो यार कभी भी करो, कुछ भी करो, no problem. So without any kind of वेकेशन में कोई ऐसे ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं रहता ना, बस बी देयर, एंजॉय करो, कुछ भी कैसे भी करो. तो वेकेशन की तरह करनी चाहिए, देयर इज नो डाउट अबाउट इट. बट हैविंग अ वेकेशनर्स एटीट्यूड फॉर समथिंग व्हिच like career, your life, your job, your studies, investments, whatever, relationships. So having a casual attitude or wearing that lens, I don't know how effective it's going to be, and therefore again the choice is yours. Another two. This is the professional course goer. Now say for instance, for this session, what this type of a people do? What is this lens? Any guesses? Okay, so these are the people, they will learn everything. So इनके पास ना सारी certifications होती है. ये भी सीखते हैं, वो भी सीखते हैं, वो भी सीखते हैं, everything, But when it comes to application, they are absolutely not bothered. For them, it's simply learning, meaning taking education, taking certificates, taking whatever, but not really applying it when it comes to practice, or not practice the knowledge. And therefore, you may really, do very well in your exams. You may come up with great results. But what next? If you're not applying your knowledge, if you're not applying what you learn and practice what you learn, then it's really not, it may not really help you to be effective. Now, my dear friends, please understand these conversations in the context of managing self, and also, managing self basically. Yeah. And finally is the explorer's attitude. What does the explorer do?
Creative mindset.
Yes, he has a creative mindset. Very, very well said. Yes. What else?
Ma'am, they experiment all the things out there.
Fantastic. I wish, we were in person. I was in person conducting this. I would have given you a chocolate. Yes, they experiment. And when we experiment, what kind of a mindset that we have? Experiment is what? Experiment indicates what? What does experiment? Yeah.
Exploring the new things.
Yes, exploring the new things.
Being innovative.
Pardon?
Being innovative.
Being innovative, yes. And
Ma'am, trying the things which people say that it is impossible and it can't be done in this particular way.
very good. So, yeah, they believe in possibility. So they have the possibility thinking. Fantastic, you said it. Also, one more thing I'm looking at. What does the explore? When do we explore? When do we explore? So we explore the unknown. So whenever, explorer is willing to get into something which is not aware of, he takes, what does he take? Getting into an unknown meaning taking?
Risk.
Very good, taking risks. And therefore, I'm going to show you one more picture now. What do you see in this picture?
Learning, joy, and growth.
Yes, what else?
Adventure.
Yes.
And the person is basically making him out of the comfort zone and he is taking the risk, which includes the learning, joy, and growth.
Fantastic.
And another
See,
thing is
again,
creating your own way, because he is avoiding the previous roadmap, and he is creating his own by the way of
correct.
stone.
Very nice. Very nice. Very well said. So,
It
friends,
means, ma'am, they are trying to see the change the perception, different
yes,
perception.
yes, yes. Yes, so what we are trying to say here is that he has a choice. This rest house is, just a symbolic. But he has a choice. यार ये बहुत धूप है, sun है. He's actually sweating. It's a hard work, physical hard work. He's creating a new pathway. It's a physical hard work. इसको क्या यार जाने दो ना, यार जाके सो जाते हैं rest house में. That we always have a choice of a rest house, of not doing anything and just sit in your comfort zone. But if you sit here, that's your choice. But if you want to learn, if you want to grow, if you want to be effective, you may have to experiment. You may have to take risk. Unless you do new things, unless you get out of your comfort zone, though we have that choice, you will never learn anything. So say for instance, I always remember this. As children, when we learned cycling, we must be, 6, 7. Was it an easy task for us to learn cycling those days? Perhaps no. We fell down 100 times. It was physically uncomfortable maybe. But what happened? When you experiment, when you learn new things, you feel joyful. You feel good. So remember days, my dear friends, when you first learned cycling And when you were balancing yourself, and none of your brothers, sisters, or friends holding you from the back, and you balanced, how you felt? First time you drove your car, or first time you did anything that's new. It is when you do something new, when you take some risk, when you experiment, that's the reality of life. And I always tell my students that there are only two possibilities, my dear friends. Either you are growing dumber every day, or you are learning something new every day. And so deciding that, yes, what new things are you going to learn? Otherwise, it's like, so you learn cycling, you start going to school, every day you're going on the same road, you know where exactly the pothole is, where exactly the speed breaker is, you set into the comfort zone immediately. And you will be there if you don't try to get out of your comfort zone. And that's where your growth stops. The most successful people, they get extremely uncomfortable when things are not changing or things become too comfortable. And therefore, ask yourself before you go to bed that what new things I have done today. Okay, doing new things does not necessarily mean taking a lot of risk. Have you browsed new channels? Have you read some new books? Have you met somebody? Have you met new friends? Have you made new connections? Have you explored eating in a different restaurant? It could be any small thing that's new. But try and, decide. So we always say PDCA, plan, do, check, act. So unless you plan that, yes, no, I am going to do something new, I'm not exactly saying every day. You set a target for yourself. So, many a times, okay, I'm going to show you the next slide, and then, yeah. Okay. What do you see here? What does this picture tell you? Yes, the chained man and the free man. What does the chained man communicating to you? Anyone?
Chained man is restricted to one place.
Pardon?
Chained man is restricted to one place. It, he can't do anything.
Okay. What else? What are these chains?
There
These
is
chains are
no
symbolic. Yeah.
the boundaries. These are basically the restrictions they have bound themselves into, and because of that chain, basically they are they cannot show what they are actually. So they are not free within. They cannot display what they really want to be, and they are surrounded with certain boundaries.
Fantastic. But what are those boundaries? What are those restrictions that we are talking about?
I'm afraid of taking risks.
Fantastic. So, being fearful. So, one of the chains could be different fears that we carry. What are the kind of fears that we may carry?
What people will think of ourselves.
हाँ, सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग? हाँ, very good. What else? All kinds of fears will
Fear
be
of
here.
failure.
Pardon?
Fear of failure.
Yeah, fear of failure, right. What else? और चेन्स क्या बता रही हैं हमको? एक तो फियर्स है, डिफरेंट स्ट्रेस है, वो भी इसी में आ जाएगा. What else?
And self-doubt is also there.
Self-talk, yeah. Internal, what are you trying to tell yourself? So all, whatever your automatic internal thoughts, internal critic, It could be one of the chains which is stopping you from progress, stopping you from going ahead. What else? और क्या हो सकता है? बताइए. और किससे बांध देते हैं हम अपने आप को? ये किसी ने बांधा है क्या उसको? Has anybody tied him up or he's tied himself?
He tied himself with his own thoughts.
Very good. Yes. और क्या क्या आ सकता है इसमें फिर अपने जो which stop us, which block us. All these are blockers. These chains are blockers. What else can come? बताइए. गलत कुछ नहीं हो सकता बेटा. So just say that. Say whatever comes to your mind. Okay, so there could be, your strong likes and dislikes. Could be that मुझे ये अच्छा लगता है, वो नहीं अच्छा लगता है. Comfort zone. Something which you love to do, yes, but that bounds you. मुझे ये नहीं करना, मुझे वो नहीं करना, मुझे ये अच्छा नहीं लगता, मुझे नहीं वो अच्छा लगता. बस और एक चेन, और एक चेन, और एक चेन. ईगो. मैं ऐसे हूं तो मैं इससे नहीं बात करूंगा. मैं ये सारी चीजें मैं क्यों करूं? That's not our way of this thing. Your ego could be one of these chains, which will, uski ego could be because of your position, because of your strengths. It could be. So what we are trying to say that there are these chains which imprison you, and therefore if you're like this, if you're like a chained man, how are you going to make a difference in any of the roles that you play? We play so many roles in our lives. What kind of roles we play? So we are, say, students, we are friends, we are brothers, we are sisters. Okay? We are, आगे चल के mothers, fathers, grandfathers, citizens. So many roles we are playing. But we are chained like this. What difference can we make to ourselves or to the society? And therefore becoming aware. Even when we are talking also for stress, knowing what brings me stress. And therefore, once you're aware of these chains, then breaking them is going to be easier. Working on them is going to be easier. And therefore, if you want to unleash your potential, when you manage self, what does that mean? Managing self, it would mean unleashing 100% potential that you have. Is it okay? But as I said, we play so many roles. But one role I didn't mention. Can anybody tell me, other than brother, sister, student, citizen, mother, father, grandmother, uncle, auntie, which is one role which is missing, which I have not mentioned, that we play? Anyone?
Ma'am, of ourselves, to be ourselves.
Fantastic. You get another chocolate. So it's role to self. It's extremely important, and we will look into that, a little more details. Yeah. I wanted now, Sneha madam, can we break them into a breakout room?
Yes, ma'am. I can just give a try.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so put them into, how many students are there?
Ma'am, total 50 students are there.
Okay, so put, say, 3 people in one room, And then what they have to discuss, friends, please take a picture of this slide. You will get, say, 7 minutes to do that, and 3 people in one room. It is about story of my life. So what you are going to think and share with each other is, if your life was a movie, what would you name it? Write top 3 strengths of yours, 1 achievement you would like to share with others, which you've had, and 3 things you are grateful for. Okay? Quickly do that. We are having only 7 minutes to do that. Okay? Are you breaking them into breaking them out
Yes,
into
ma'am.
different rooms? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Put 3 people so that they will do it faster.
Ma'am, one group contains of 4, the room 1,
Three.
the others are 3.
Make
Actually, we have
3
50 students, ma'am.
Yeah.
So one group with one room with 4 students, others are with 3.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. We are putting 3. That is because, they will quickly finish it. Otherwise, they'll take time.
Yes, ma'am. The rooms have been created now.
Yeah. Are we done?
Ma'am, we can start. We have 32
We
here.
can start, right?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay. So, friends, tell me, how was the experience? Did you share, and how was the experience?
It was exciting, ma'am.
Okay. So, exciting in the sense, what happened?
Like, ma'am, we did brainstorming. So, like, if our life has been made according to a film, what would be the name and all? That was.
So, would you like to share? Anybody would like to share?
Sure, ma'am, I can share.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as far as the movie name is, which is concerned, according to my life, would be Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
Okay.
And if I talk about the 3 strengths, so first one is patience. I have patience. Second one is calmness, and third one is empathetic.
Okay.
And if I talk about the achievement, so ma'am, actually I consider achievement only to those things which are like adding values to the life of others. So ma'am, actually I'm in the group of NSS, that is National Service Scheme. So there I got an opportunity to teach to the unprivileged students that was of slum school. So I really consider this as an achievement of my life.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay.
And ma'am, 3 things like which I am grateful for is first that I got a life of a human. This is one of the thing I'm grateful for. And the second thing is I got really good parents and caring parents. So I have gratitude for them. And third thing is that I am like I have all the basic needs, that is food, shelter and all. So I am grateful for these things, ma'am.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Very nice. Well said. Anyone else would like to share, please?
I can definitely would like to share, ma'am. Can I try?
Give your tell me your name also.
My name is Vikas, ma'am.
Okay.
So first question was movie name. So it will be Fast and Furious because I'm fast according to the generation and I have lots of enthusiasm. That's why it's like a furious.
Okay.
And three strength is fast learner, self-motivated and self-disciplined.
Okay.
And the third one is one achievement. So I can definitely share my self-belief because it always keeps me happy, healthy, wealthy. So I would like to share my experience for self-belief. And fourth is 3 things about you are grateful for. So my existence in the world. Second one is I have a mind. So that is I'm grateful because I'm not an animal. Another thing is I have capacity to do the work.
Okay, very nice. Very nice. Okay. And that was three things you're grateful. And an achievement, one achievement.
Uh, I share like I have an achievement for the self belief because I have a self belief in myself. So I can definitely would like to share with anyone because it will keep their life better because everyone is suffering from lots of problems. And if I'll share anything regarding my self belief, what how I am keeping myself motivated, self disciplined. So this will definitely grateful for everyone. I would
Very
like to
nice.
say.
Very nice. Excellent. Excellent. So, friends, see, I would have loved to, hear more voices, but we don't have much time, and therefore, please attempt this exercise, share amongst yourselves, and I'm sure, every day you keep discovering things about self. Believe me, you at this age also, I do not know myself that well. We always have, our focus is always outside us. It's never very internal. Though there is, but it's really mostly outward focus, and therefore discovering self and becoming a better version of self every day. It's extremely important. Yeah. So we go ahead, and therefore now see, when we are talking about managing self, we are saying unleashing your potential, which will help you to be effective in different roles. And if you are using only a part of your strengths, because the rest of the strengths you're not aware of, because you have tied yourself so hard that you are not exploring, you're not taking risks, and therefore limited exposure, limited utilization of your strengths, you are going to be effective not very to a great extent, and therefore the choice that we have is unleash our entire potential so that we are effective in every role that we play. And it's not that if say for instance I retired as a principal or director of a college, and therefore I will only put all my energies into the director's role. That doesn't work. You as a person, you have so many other responsibilities. Like I said, you have to be a good son or a daughter. You have to be a great friend. You have to be a good sister, brother. There's so many other things that you have to manage. And therefore, when we are managing these different dimensions, managing self becomes extremely important. If you manage self, rest of the roles will be taken care of. But if you don't manage self, now let's look at one of our objectives is understanding 4 dimensions of self. And therefore, here are these 4 dimensions of self. But
Excuse me, ma'am.
before I,
Ma'am, actually, yeah, ma'am. Actually, your slides are not visible, ma'am.
Oh, I'm so sorry. One second, huh? One second. Can you see now?
Yes, ma'am. Now it is perfectly visible.
Okay. So this is what I was trying to say, that potential, if you are working with not great exposure, if you don't take risks, if you don't expose yourself much, if you don't, if you operate in your comfort zone, this is how it would look like. That, you are partly kind of learned what are the strengths that you actually have. And to explore self and to fully develop, only then you will be in a position to be more effective in different roles that we play. And what are the different roles we play? Okay. So, and what is being effective? So I'm going to first give you a story. and then we will explore the 4 different roles. So the story is, you all must be aware of this story which we heard when we were small, about a farmer and a golden egg that he used to get from the goose that he had. Okay, a goose and the golden egg. You're aware of that story? Yes or no? Goose and a golden egg. Anyone? Anyone knows the story? No one? Friends, please reply yes or no. Otherwise, I'll feel I'm talking to the screen.
No,
The
ma'am.
lady who killed the hen for the golden egg.
Yes, the
Yes.
hen or the goose. Yeah. Are you aware of this story?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Most of us.
Correct. तो what was the story कि वो एक farmer रहता है, उसके पास एक goose है, ये hen है. The goose starts giving a golden egg every day. तो फिर वो farmer क्या कहता है, farmer क्या करता है, उसको वो he becomes greedy. उसको लगता है यार एक ही दिन में सारे अंडे खा जाए, तो वो क्या करता है, वो गूज को ही मार देता है. बराबर, यही था ना स्टोरी?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Correct.
ma'am.
तो अगर मैंने ये कहा, अभी जरा ध्यान से सुनिए बच्चे लोग, ये जो गोल्डन एग्स है ना, इसको हम कहेंगे प्रोडक्शन रिजल्ट्स. हाँ, अपने लाइफ में प्रोडक्शन रिजल्ट्स, जो भी हम काम करते हैं, जो भी करते हैं, उसके जो रिजल्ट्स है ना, उसको वो हो गए गोल्डन एग्स. ओके. एंड द गूज, वो गूज जो है उसको हम कहेंगे एसेट. तो गूज क्या थी? गूज वाज द एसेट which gave the golden eggs, मतलब results. And if the goose is the asset, और ये फार्मर ने तो वो एसेट को ही खा गया ना फार्मर, तो अभी रिजल्ट्स तो आने ही नहीं वाले उसको. एंड इफ आई से, इफ वी अप्लाई दैट एनोलॉजी कि हम लोग जो काम करते हैं वो रिजल्ट्स है, जो चीज करना चाहते हैं, जिससे कुछ कमाना चाहते हैं, जो भी करना चाहते हैं, those are results. If those are results, then who is the goose? Who is the goose? We are the goose. And if we don't take care of this asset, अगर ये अपना जो शरीर है ना, ये अगर एसेट है, तो जब तक उसको यार मेंटेन नहीं करोगे तो वो तुमको गोल्डन एग्स मतलब के रिजल्ट्स तो नहीं देने वाला. बराबर. एंड therefore so I'm giving the analogy of a goose to our body, this. And golden egg is the results that we achieve in our roles, in our different roles. Okay, so I'll give you one more example. तो कोई बंदा अगर एक मशीन खरीदता है, हाँ, समझो वो मशीन से हम कुछ क्या बनाते हैं, समझो कोई चीज बनाते हैं, और ऐसे है कि 1 घंटे में वो मशीन 1000 चीजें बनाता है. तो जो बंदा क्या करता है, वो मशीन को कहता है यार जितना ज्यादा मैं प्रोड्यूस करूं, करते रहूं. एक दिन ऐसे हो जाता है, मशीन बिकम्स स्टैंड स्टिल, वो ब्रेक डाउन हो जाती है कंप्लीट. कोई प्रिवेंटिव मेंटेनेंस नहीं, कुछ नहीं. क्या हो गया? वो स्टैंड स्टिल हो गई मशीन, अंडर ब्रेक डाउन. तो हम क्या कह रहे हैं कि वो एसेट अगर है, तो एसेट को मेंटेन करना, एसेट को सर्विसिंग करना. मैं हमेशा ये बात बोलती हूँ कि सी व्हेन समबडी बाइज अ कार, समझो आपका क्या नाम है जिन्होंने वो शेयर किया पहले सारी चीजें? हाँ, आप
मैम सज्जन ठाकुर.
क्या सुजित?
No, ma'am, it's Sajjan, SAJJAN.
सज्जन.
Yeah.
ओके अगर समझो सज्जन एक बहुत बड़ा एमडी बन जाता है कंपनी का और एक मर्सिडीज बेंज खरीदता है, ठीक है, और crores of rupees have gone out of its pocket, तो क्या करेगा? उसको अपने को पता है कि फर्स्ट सर्विसिंग होता है फ्री, होता है फर्स्ट 3 सर्विसिंग आर फ्री। ये क्या करेगा? अपने सेक्रेटरी को बोलेगा कि यार देखो वो डोंट मिस द सर्विसिंग, गो टेक माय कार, एंड बराबर वो होना चाहिए। यू विल फॉलो एकदम ना प्यार से, क्योंकि crores of rupees have gone out of your pocket। और समझो अगर कोई बाजू वाली एक बच्चे जो है वो आपके वो बॉनेट पे ना आके कुछ खीले से ना कुछ कर देते हैं नई मेरे सीरीज पे, तो क्या हो जाता है? अरे बाप रे कितना गुस्सा, क्या हो जाएगा आपको? क्यों? पैसे गए ना आपके। इतनी इतनी उसकी क्या कहते हो, इतना उसका ध्यान रखना, ये करना। तो व्हाट अबाउट दिस एसेट यार? जब ये मम्मी डैडी ने तुमको 25 साल कैसे पाला है आपको पता है? इतने से होते हो आप, कितनी रातें बेचारों ने सोई नहीं होएगा, कहाँ कहाँ से क्या क्या करके तुमको ये अच्छे कॉलेज में डालो, ये करो वो करो। एंड देन वंस यू आर हैंडेड ओवर दिस एसेट, इसकी होती है क्या सर्विसिंग? फर्स्ट सर्विसिंग, सेकंड सर्विसिंग देखते हो क्या? एंड देयरफॉर माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, why? Because we didn't spend any money to get this asset. Nothing has gone out of our pockets. When something happens to you, who's hurt? Your parents, because they have created this asset and they hand it over to us when we are 18, 19, and what we do? तो मैं जब भूख लगती है तो खाएंगे नहीं, इधर उधर उधर कुछ भेल खाओ, ये खाओ, इधर खाओ, जंक फूड खाओ। सोना है तो नहीं, कुछ जाके बैठ के फ्रेंड्स के साथ गप्पे लगाने हैं, ये करना है, ये वॉच करना है, वो वॉच करना है, रात को देर से सोना है, सुबह उठ के यार कौन जाएगा भागने, चलो ना कभी तो भी चले जाएंगे। जिम पे जाना, 4 दिन गए, 5वें दिन जा रहे तो नो इट्स नॉट, आज वेदर ठीक नहीं है यार, बहुत बारिश आ रही है, पकोड़े खाने का मन है। What we are trying to do is this, that we are not taking this body seriously and this asset seriously, and therefore managing is a continuous process. ऐसे नहीं एक बार मैनेज कर लिया तो चलो, ऐसे हो जाता है क्या कोई चीज का? मैनेजर को सैलरी हर एक महीने क्यों मिलती है? क्योंकि वो रिसोर्सेस कंटिन्यूअसली मैनेज करता रहता है ना। Similarly, for this asset of ours, there are 4 dimensions that we need to service, we need to maintain. And the first is physical dimension. My dear friends, like machine requires servicing, your body needs servicing. And so, regular exercise. टाइमली, जितना भी आप छोटा थोड़ा खाओ, बहुत तुमको पेट भरने की ठूसने की कोई जरूरत नहीं, but timely, have some discipline in your what you eat and when you eat. अरे अपने पास अपने यहाँ पर इतनी सिस्टम कभी कभी ऐसे कर देते हैं, छोटी बेबीज जब बॉर्न होते हैं ना, वो बेचारे सोए हुए रहते हैं। छोटा बच्चा तो तभी वो रोएगा जब उसको भूख लगेगी, या तो उसने कुछ वेट किया होगा उसका, सुसु किया होगा, तभी वो बेचारा रोता है। पर ये कोई हॉस्पिटल्स में तो वो बोलते नहीं, 2-2 घंटे के बाद फीडिंग करो बच्चे को, तो उसको ना बेचारा सोया, उसको ऐसे टपली मार के उठा के उसको दूध पिलाएंगे। तो ये भी गलत है कि आप बॉडी आपको, आप तो अभी बड़े हैं, आपको पता चलता है कि आपको भूख कब लगी है, तो जब भूख लगे तो खा लो। ऐसे नहीं कि तब मीटिंग में हूँ तब मैं ये कर रहा हूँ वो कर रही हूँ, थोड़े बाद में ही खा लूंगा, मेरे को अभी, डोंट डू दैट। जो पॉसिबल है, जितना भी, योर बॉडी डजंट डिमांड मच, at any point of time, even if you eat 350 grams of food, it's good enough for you. Your capacity is only 550 grams. Okay, So what we need to do, regular exercise, and decide, take a pledge for yourself today that yes, every day 40 minutes. Sometimes, it's difficult to manage a day, so you can manage a week, no problem. I will walk thrice a week. I'll do yoga thrice a week. Okay, so this is about physical dimension. There's a second one, is mental dimension of self. Managing mental dimension or servicing, I'm going to use this word servicing. कि अभी तो आप स्टूडेंट्स हो, पर जो भी अभी देखिए कि आपने अगर कोई लाइन चुना है, स्पेसिफिक लाइन चुना है, तो वो जो कॉलेज में पढ़ाते हैं उतना ही पढ़ोगे क्या आप? तो मैं अवान्तर क्या पढ़ रहा हूँ? क्या am I referring to technical journals? Okay, so abhi I'll give you an example ki, and it's not only mental dimension, it's about reading, enhancing, taking new certifications, adding new skills to your treasure, etc. So it could be, so I'll give you an example. You are a bachelor today, tomorrow you may be getting into a relationship, you may be wanting to get married, so that's a new role. So knowing more about that role, how to handle interpersonal relationships, what is empathy, what is going to make my marriage more successful, sustainable, how do I respect my spouse, how do I take care. When you are getting into, और एक role आपका बदल जाता है, आप father बन जाते हो या mother बन जाते हो. So knowing more about parenting, उसके बारे में पढ़ना, उसके बारे में research, तो ये सोच समझ करके प्लान करके करना जो है उसको बोलते हैं मेंटल डायमेंशन. जैसे कि अगर आपको पता है कि ये कोई, जैसे व्हेन वी आर ट्राइंग टू से अभी वॉट एवर यू आर स्टडिंग, just reading about what you are studying is not enough. You should know what's happening new in internationally, क्या हो रहा है उसके बारे में भी पढ़ता हूँ क्या. How do I keep track of different things which are happening around me, आज trending क्या है, etc. Okay, social and emotional dimension की भी servicing होती है. मतलब क्या, what is, we can't live alone in this life. We need family, we need friends, and therefore we need relationships. And servicing your relationships. आपको अंकल चाहिए, आंटी चाहिए, कितने सालों में आप जाते हो अंकल आंटी को हेलो कहने, हाय कहने. ग्रैंड मदर है, ग्रैंड फादर है, फोन पे बात कर लिया करो. छोटी छोटी चीजें याद रखो. मम्मी को कभी चाय बना के दिया करो. फ्रेंड्स के लिए, ओल्ड फ्रेंड्स, once in a while call them up. तो you decide कि what am I going to do. ऐसे, this has to have a system. Nothing will happen on its own. Maintenance का क्या, पहले schedule होता है ना, and then you follow the schedule. तो वही मैं कहना चाह रही हूँ कि फिजिकल के लिए शेड्यूल हो, तुम्हारे मेंटल के लिए शेड्यूल हो कि महीने में एक बार मैं एक टेक्निकल जर्नल पढ़ूंगा, कोई अच्छी नॉवेल पढ़ूंगा, कुछ मेरा टेक्निकल जर्नल है वो पढ़ूंगा, 15 दिन में मैं ये करूंगा. तो जो भी है, मेक सम शेड्यूल फॉर दिस डिफरेंट डायमेंशंस. अगर आप हॉस्टल में रहते हो तो मेक इट अ पॉइंट कि ओके, सैटरडे इवनिंग चलो मम्मी के साथ बात करना है, सबके साथ प्यार से टाइम देके बात करो. ब्लॉक योर टाइम फॉर देम. जब भी टाइम मिलेगा मैं करूंगा नहीं, जब भी टाइम मिलेगा एक्सरसाइज करोगे नहीं, क्योंकि इट इज एज गुड, एज इंपॉर्टेंट एज मर्सिडीज बेंज. You yourself are as important as Mercedes Benz. And if you don't take care of this, you are not going to be, it's not going to really help you. And the fourth one is the spiritual self. So देखिए, जैसे ना हम लोग रोज रात को सोते हैं, किसको रेस्ट मिलता है? कौन रेस्ट करता है? 8 घंटे सोते तो रेस्ट कौन करता है?
Both body and mind.
No, it's only body. Your mind is 24/7 चलता रहता है वो. And if your mind is, कभी कभी सो कर उठते भी तो बोलते हैं यार आज थोड़ा फ्रेश नहीं लग रहा मेरे को. It's because, there are too many thoughts, too many things on our mind, and we keep thinking about trivial things, keep taking anxiety of so many things in life that it's like discharging your mobile battery. And therefore, when we are talking about spiritual self, जैसे 8 घंटे शरीर को सुलाते हैं ना, वैसे दिन में 5 मिनट मन को भी सुलाना चाहिए. और वो मन को सुलाना मतलब रिलैक्सेशन. Some people may meditate, some people may play something, some people may paint, some people may sing, some people may do anything that, where they feel very, very relaxed. Some people cook, I have seen some elderly gentleman. I was in Hotel Management Institute, so he had specifically asked me, ma'am, I will get some 5-10 friends of mine, we want to learn cooking because we love cooking, and while we are cooking, it is de-stressing for us. Is it okay? So when we say we are managing self, we are talking about these 4 dimensions. And please open your notebook immediately and make a schedule. So say, and take week as one of the units, okay? So week में मैं 3 दफे फिजिकल शेड्यूल का क्या होगा, आपके सोशल मतलब रिलेशनशिप्स में आप अभी आपका सारे का सारा नहीं हो सकता. यू कैन डू एटलीस्ट फॉर फिजिकल एंड फॉर स्पिरिचुअल. मेंटल एंड इमोशनल सोच के बाद में कर लेना, पर क्योंकि उसमें टाइम लगेगा, आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. जैसे कि ना आपके समझो 5 आंटियां, 5 अंकल आंट्स हैं, ग्रैंडफादर है, ग्रैंड मदर है, आपके कोई पुराने फ्रेंड्स हैं, जो भी है जिनके साथ आप रिलेशनशिप बरकरार रखना चाहते हो. तो देन यू कैन से ओके, this week I'm going to meet this one, this one, this one. So weekly you make your planner for these 4 dimensions. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So open your notebooks and make a point that you will be making the schedule as soon as you at the end of the day today at least, you make the schedule. Otherwise, as I said, learning is not a learning unless you apply it. तो बस नहीं तो ये हो गया, मैडम ने क्लास ले लिया एंड बाद में हमने क्या किया, कुछ नहीं किया. ओके, क्या नाम, स्नेहा मैडम.
Yes, ma'am.
See, we only have 15 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
तो अभी एक्चुअली मेरा जो था एक ब्रेकआउट रूम का था, उसमें हमारा टाइम चले जाएगा. तो अभी हम वो नहीं, अभी मैं आपको सिर्फ क्वेश्चंस देती हूँ, बच्चे लोग बाद में कर सकते हैं. पर देन आई हैव अ वीडियो ऑन स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट विच आई वांट टू शो. तो पहले हम वीडियो कर देते हैं बिकॉज इट विल टेक 15 मिनट्स, and then I will, then I'll show you the questions which students can attempt on their own when they, you can get them together and do it at college level. Okay, the discussions you can hold it at college level. Is it okay?
Sure, ma'am, no issues.
Okay. So now, so when we are talking about managing self, and when we are talking about social and emotional dimension, now the stress comes here, okay? And stress is like, I'll give you an analogy and then we'll quickly see that 15 minutes, a very nice video. So here, what happens is, stress is like, when on a sunny day, if suddenly the clouds come, what happens? The clouds surround the sun and the sun rays cannot come to us. Okay, we can't access sun rays or sunlight because there is a cloud between sun and you. The same thing happens when the stress comes. When the stress clouds our creative intelligence. Our creative intelligence is like a sun, and our emotions, stress is one of the emotion, stress happens because of the negative emotions. Now, like anxiety, anger, whatever. So when the stress comes, it covers or it clouds your creative intelligence. So your intelligence is not available to you to take any action. And therefore, it not only impacts your actions, it impacts your thought process, it impacts your, uh, your body, your mind, and your uh, actions. And therefore, you have to be mindful of what is it that I take a stress of. You have to reflect on when do I become stressful, what happens to me, what are some of my body symptoms, okay, and what is it that I really, and then spiritual self will come to your rescue when you are stressful. Okay, so you will focus on servicing spiritual dimension to get rid of your stress. So let me just show you, let me just share the uh, video with you, okay? Can you hear and can you see? Can you hear and can you see?
No, ma'am, not yet.
One second, huh? Can you see? Can you see?
No, ma'am. It's not visible.
Okay, one second. Mm. Now can you see?
Yes, ma'am. Now it is visible.
Yeah? Okay. Can you hear?
No, ma'am. Voice is not audible, but the video is visible only.
Okay. One second, huh?
Sure, ma'am.
Just give me a second.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah?
Ma'am, rather than sharing your entire screen, can you just browse and upload it? Then it would be easy to play out.
Okay. Yeah. I think I will do that. Yeah. One second now. I can do this. Mm. Okay. Can you see?
Still, it
Can
is
you
not
see?
audible. We can see it, but it is not audible.
Yes, my video
No
is.
sound.
No.
There is- do you have any idea as to, uh, okay, what I'll do, and I'll share the video with you. But
Yes,
in the meantime, we will otherwise do this exercise, and by the time students do this exercise, we will sort out how to show the movie. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So, friends, we have how much time do we have? What I'll do, uh, Sneha,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will
Yes.
I will share the video with you. You can show them later because
Sure.
we have only another 5 minutes to go. So,
No.
friends, what we need to do is that we could, you can take these questions that you can in a group you can discuss as to think of a one stressful situation that you have faced in your life. Narrate the situation to your group. So, say three people in one group, and then the other two people listen to your stress situation and how you handled it. The other members listen to your story and then they also add as to if they were the ones who were to face this, what would they do? Okay. And finally, come up with, so what is it that you need to do? Finally, you will identify top three stressors as a group. Identify the skills and attitudes which enabled or helped you cope up with the stress. And finally, what are some of your key insights to handle the stress? This was the exercise. So, can we? I can give you 10. I can go till still have 5 minutes more, but we can spend 5 more minutes. So, can we break them up into the rooms?
Yes, ma'am. I can do it.
Yeah, and give them, otherwise put them into pairs only, put them into pairs and give them just 10 minutes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. Put them into pairs and give them 10 minutes so that I can be with you maximum till 1:45 because 2 o'clock I have a session.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I'll see because this video is for 15 minutes and will take time. So you can screen, even if I go, you can screen it for them.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and I'll share it with you. Send me your email ID, please.
Yes, ma'am. Sure. I'll message you.
Can you go to the previous slide where all the questions were mentioned?
Yes, yes. This is the slide. Identify top three stressors. What are some of these skills and attitudes which enabled you and the key insights to handle stress? And what you need to do is describe a stressful situation faced and share what did they do to handle it. So everyone will share that. So first participant, in the pair, one person will share the story, the other person will listen and also tell the person what she would have done or he would have done to handle the same situation. And then this another participant shares and the process repeats. Okay, so like that, and you will come back say by 1:37. Uh, to Is everybody back?
Yes, ma'am, almost. They are turning back, ma'am.
Okay. So how was the experience? How was the experience?
It was amazing, ma'am.
What did you learn? What were some of the ideas you got?
Ma'am, can I share the whole thing?
Yeah. Please share the stressors that you identify.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. So, as far as the stressful situation which was concerned, so it was in the pandemic, second phase of pandemic, where I was.
You need not share the situation. Tell us the stressors. Yeah.
Okay. Ma'am, stressors was my first stressors was a target which I got in the internship. So it was my first stressor. The second was the time foundation which was there with that target. That was of the 1 day only. And the third one was the unrealistic target. That was interrelated to the target, but it was for that 1 day particularly. So I considered it as unrealistic. And if I talk about the skills and attitudes which helped me to achieve that thing, so the first one was the networking, and the second one was my communication skills, and the third one was the attitude, which was the positive attitude, or I can say the never give up attitude. And ma'am, what I learned, the key insights to handle stress was that if I am not able to perform this particular, I am not going to die. So I would a bit relaxed by thinking that thing. And the second thing which I came to know is that I actually learned how to unleash our true potential. And the third thing which helped me to actually handle the stress was talking to my colleagues who were experienced in that particular domain. So that was it, ma'am.
Very nice. Very good. Anyone else who would like to share? Please share, friends. Did you do the exercise? Sneha ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Please ask them.
Yes, ma'am. I was also waiting. Weber, Vikas, Muskan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
Vikas.
basically, I had three stressors in my life during the pandemic. First one was the actually I was used to study in class, and suddenly it changed, and we would like to we have to decide that how to change offline to online, and it was really stressful for us. And because I was thinking that I have to learn something, so I have to shift offline to online. So this is my attitude um, on the behalf of my discouraging point. I used my learning attitude and overcome of the online platform. And another thing was I was captured in COVID. I was suffering from COVID, and I was totally stressful. So so living attitude make me feel like I can overcome of the COVID situation, and I did that. So another thing was because we are the social animal, so we used to interact with the people every time, but suddenly we restricted in the home, and it was totally stressful. So I was thinking that it is a little bit hazardous for us, and we will definitely come over up, and we will definitely interact with people. So hoping that I overcome from that situation.
Very nice. Excellent. So friends, so it's all about stress is not what happens because of the situation. Because of the situation, yes, there is a 10%, but our response to that situation is what brings stress. Okay, so say for instance, if you are going in for an interview, Then if you start creating thoughts, oh my God, now how is it going to be? Will I remember? What kind of a questions are they going to ask? And how will I be able to speak and think of right words and etc. etc. That internal talk, which is negative, will create stress for certain people. For some people, if these creative if these negative thoughts, internal negative critique is not there, then now you see the difference. A person appearing for an interview, task is the same, difficulty level is the same. A person attempting a task without these internal critique, and a person attending it with internal critique, for whom will it be stressful? For a person who thinks negative, constantly giving negative messages about what is going to happen, how will it happen, will I perform well, etc., etc., etc. So we build up stress, and therefore they say that it is, it is about the situation, which is if we look at any situation which is causing you stress, be it giving interviews, be it COVID, be it meeting a girl for the first time, be it public speaking, be it anything. The moment you think of a situation and you hear some situation of come across certain situation, first thing is, what thoughts are your mind creating to respond? Because your thoughts will create emotion, and your emotion will create action. Okay, and therefore the moment you see something which is stressful and you start creating these thoughts, you have to be aware. So you have to help yourself by not escalating this self-talk which is negative. So the moment this self-talk escalates, and that is where, and it's not only you and someone else, or everyone. These are called automatic thoughts. They are generated, but we are intelligent. We are intelligent human beings, and we say that we have to apply our intelligence. So how do you apply your intelligence in managing stress? Is the moment you know that, hey, the stress is coming up, meaning the thoughts are building up, try and navigate these thoughts to some other thoughts. So negative thoughts need to be replaced with positive thoughts. Are you getting my point? And therefore, there is one technique. So now let's, I wanted to do this through a video. It's an excellent video. I'll share it with Sneha ma'am, and Sneha ma'am will show it to you, okay? Or she will share it with you. But since we didn't have time, I'm telling you what we can do. So say for instance, I used to always do this with my students in final year. So whenever you're going in for an interview and if you are stressful, okay? So imagine that now I'm going to quickly do this for a minute. Close your eyes, sit back wherever you are, okay? Take out your specs, specs are not required. Just close your eyes, take a deep breath, okay? Imagine that you are having an interview in another next hour. Visualize yourself. You are very smartly dressed, confident, feeling energetic. You are walking into the interview room. You are very confidently looking at all the panel members. They're smiling at you. You also smile at them. You're greeting them with confidence. You are handling yourself with all the knowledge and skills that you've learned in college. You are confidently answering every question that they're asking you, they're appreciating you. You are very gracefully accepting the appreciation. Your interview is done and you are confidently walking out of the interview room. You are joyful, energetic, feeling enthusiastic and peaceful. Just stay there, take a deep breath. Watch your breath coming in and going out. Inhaling and exhaling. Looking down, slowly open your eyes. Okay, so friends, this is called creative visualization technique. So whenever you see a situation which is stressful, just close your eyes and visualize the positive, but bring in all the details of the situation and visualize it. So they say, you know, that your central nervous system, it's a researched fact. Your central nervous system cannot differentiate between the experience which is real and which is imagined. And therefore, creative visualization is one technique which can come to your rescue whenever you are anxious, you are a little fearful, stressful. Okay, and I think with this I will take your I will say that I complete my session today. We can I can show you the screen again and we will see today's objectives. So, did we become aware of four dimensions of self? Yes? Did we look at that?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes?
definitely. Yes,
And
ma'am.
identify key skills and attitudes required to deal with stress? Did we do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'm sending you the video. We didn't have time. Okay. Ma'am will show it to you in the classroom. Okay. Or send you the link or whatever. You can watch it at your leisure on your telephone or wherever. Is it okay? So thank you, Sneha. God bless you. And thank you for the opportunity. I hope you learned.
Yes, ma'am, a lot. It was actually a learning for me also.
Pardon?
It was actually a learning for me also to cope up with the stress that we faced in the starting of the session only.
Okay.
And especially the visualization technique was really good.
Yes, and you can practice it, you can practice it. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So, any quick takeaways, the other students who have not yet spoken? What's one thing that you learned?
Please, can we have the points from anyone?
Adil?
I'm just asking the students to contribute the points, please. Muskan, can you please?
Yes, the session was really nice. I understand that how to like manage the stress we are having, and I also learned that we have to take care of our body. We can't take our body for granted. And that's all. Now the session was really nice. I want to say that.
Okay. So, anyone else? Otherwise, we will say bye-bye. Thanks a lot. Have a great day ahead. And yeah,
So,
thanks,
ma'am,
Neha.
respected ma'am, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking time from your busy schedule to be the guest speaker at our webinar. Your presence and wise words would definitely magnify our cause in the best possible way. I take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of entire administration and students of Geetarathan International Business School who are captivated by your talk. I am extremely grateful to you to touch on the topic of coping stress and self-management in your speech and create so much awareness regarding the same. It would be our immense pleasure to invite you once more to spread awareness around the subject in the near future. Thank you once again, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Take care. Yes, everyone, we can leave the session. I'll be circulating the feedback forms to you. Yeah, so you get it filled and submit it back to me. I'll be sharing it on Teams with you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.